friends, welcome to another video. For my new subscribers, my name is Marlene and I'm usually try to post here on YouTube about a couple times a week. I don't really have a schedule, it's like whenever. But I do post on Instagram every day, more than once, and that's where you get to see the sneak peeks and everything that's going on and all the upcoming things. So make sure to head on over there and follow me there too. I'm going to link everything underneath. And thank you for coming along. I have actually I've gotten quite a few new subscribers. I'm very excited. Thank you guys, and thank you to everyone that leaves the nice, encouraging, and uplifting comments. I love you all. Okay, so let's get started. Today I want to do a little journal flip on my latest journal that I love. I love the printables and I like how it turned out. So let's get started. For my prop, I'm using a plain little doily that I must have picked up somewhere at a garage sale or something, because I only have one. But I have to show you. Look at these. Wouldn't these be nice to cut up and use them in a journal or something? Which is probably what I'm going to do. But that's my prop. Okay, so let's get started. The inspiration for this journal is from the printables from my Porch prints. I'm going to link the store underneath. I actually saw this kit last year, but I had so much on my plate last year that I just did not get to it. So I got to it today. The kit is beautiful. She's got the regular pages for the journals, and she also has these cutouts. And what I like about her store is that she does bundle things up, but she also lists them individually. Like the cutouts is one purchase, and then the regular pages, they're not cutouts, it's like another purchase, so you get as much as you want or as little as you want. So but I got both because I couldn't resist, because it's like fall and it's soft and I just love how it turned out. I also am challenging myself to use more fibers. I have tons of fibers and I love fibers. I love the look, I like the feel, I like how they flow in the wind. I just love them. So that's what I use for my closure. So let's get started. Let me give you a peek at what you first see. When you see the journal, you get to see all these layers. You guys that know me know that I love layers. And this pretty lady, I only have one, and she already found a happy home, so I wanted to make sure that I got her. Basically, also I do the YouTube videos as a journal, like as a visual journal to myself, so that I can go back next year, I can go back to the previous year and see what I did, and if I want to do something a little bit different, or if I want to change things up. So let me show you. She is a standard size, and that's what she looks like when you pick her up. And that's the side. So there's lots of yummy layers all over the place. So this pretty lady, yeah, she did make it to the Etsy store, but she was gone within real fast. But I have another one that I'm working on. Just as a heads up, it's very similar to this. I did use the cutouts, but I went with teal and mint green, and oh my god, I love that one too. This one's more traditional, and I love these rich colors. So this is the back of the journal, and I have a little dangle bead here that's coming from inside. I'll show you that later. So let me show you what I use for the closure. For the closure, I made this, I'm calling this like a semi belly band thing. I'll show you when I open it up. But right here on the little knot, which is kind of like half a bow, I call it half a bow, I put a piece of jewelry that I rescued from something, probably a necklace or something, and I love it. And this color is kind of like the inspiration for kind of like a little bit of the theme of the book. I wanted to make sure I use some of this green and then the traditional Christmas yellow. Isn't this sunflower gorgeous? Okay, so this piece has like two little eyelets on each side, so this can easily be sewn somewhere if you wanted to. But I used a little hook just to kind of hold it in there. You can dangle it if you're gonna maybe put this like this on a table, which is where I use some of my journals, or like this. You can also dangle the little charm from the side if you like. So let's get started, and let me have you take a peek at this pretty lady. Let me bring you up a little bit closer. So she opens up like this. Very simple. And let me show you the belly band. I wanted to really feature the cutouts because I love her cutouts. So I wanted to feature the cutout, so I went ahead and I used it as the main. This is what I'm calling my main cutout. So the fibers are all like in a little bunch like this, and what I do, which is what I like to do, I like to do what I call my half a bow. I'll show you. See, instead of doing like a complete bow, it goes like this. But instead of doing a complete bow, I like to do a half a bow. I tie it like this, and then I only have one loop, like that. Just one loop, and then I just bring that all the way out, and then it's just like my half a bow. And I love that. It's a little different. And, okay, so it comes untied like this. So I have a whole bunch of pretty fibers going on here. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I tangle this up. I want to be gentle. I want to make sure she gets all prettied up into her new home. But let me show you the fibers that I used. I got all kinds of pretty colors here. I got cream because I love cream. I found the perfect, look at this. I love this fiber. That's so pretty. And then I found this yellow little ribbon somewhere. So it's all the colors, so it's like perfect. So here's what I'm calling the belly band. So what I did is that I went ahead and I cut out her cutout like this. Then I folded it in half, and then I just kind of put the fibers right across, but I needed to adhere the fibers somehow, so I did sew them. It's hidden back here, but I wanted to cover the stitching up with this little ruffle trim that I made up. This is from I think this is from my friend Roxy, which I'm going to link her store underneath. And this is, I think, is from Boho Daydreams. And I also have some things from Amore Fabrique. I also buy from her. I love her things also. So I made a little ruffle here. Actually, it's a double. It's like a ruffle. It's like a ruffle. This material is the same as that, except the back part doesn't have this other extra little sheer on top of it, and then this pretty little trim because, of course, you know, this is in the front. So that's what I use for my closure. That's how I'm choosing to close my journal. And then on the inside, because I didn't want to leave it bare, I went ahead and put a piece of this sheer fabric that you guys have seen me use throughout. I love it. And I don't have a whole lot left, but I love how it looks, and I wanted just something kind of sort of dangling and just kind of, you know, half, how do you say? Half, you know, haphazard or something, just kind of thrown in there. Okay, guys, so here I covered my stitching, because remember I got stitching back here from the fiber. So I just did a little, I think this is also one of her printables. I just backed it up with a little piece of lace, and then here I just used this little card. I did a little embellishment on the bottom, and then I backed it up with the German book page, and then I created like a tiny little pocket, and I have two little secret journaling little spots back here that you can journal on. And then I like the fact that this little sari trim kind of peeks out a little bit. Okay, so that's her little belly band. So let me put that over here, and let me put the pretty little brooch there. And then for the extra layer of presentation on the top, that's what I'm calling it, I made another one of these beautiful envelopes that I'm in love with. I think I did I'm gonna link it underneath if I remember, but I think I did a little video featuring these envelopes. Oh my god, I have so much fun with these. I did some layering stamps. This is from another company, which I'm going to layer. I know this is from Tracy Fox. More of the pretty trims. I know this is Boho Daydreams. And yep, that's the little envelope. And then inside the envelope, I tied it with just plain twine. And then there's something in here. Yeah, what do I have in here? I have more little stuff too. More little journaling cards and things for you to journal on. And this is going to a very nice person that I like very much. And I will be adding, of course, I already know what she likes. So I don't I know her. So I have to pick some goodies. Everybody that buys from me knows that I love, love, love to add just extra stuff every time you buy something from me. So I'm getting her little goodies ready. So, okay, so this is the real journal cover. This is the official journal. And I didn't want to do too much because I love that oak leaf. I love oak trees. And I don't even have one. I've never had one because down in South Florida, they don't change colors or anything. So that is my goal for this year, is to get me a little oak tree. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, how pretty. So I did a little cluster up here. This is Amor Fabrique right here. And this is Boho Daydream. And I don't remember where this is from, but it's that ombre sari silk. I'm gonna link everything underneath. This is from one of my findings, and then I have a little bit of that fabric that I have that I show you that I have in the belly band, the little sheer fabric. Just a little touch here. I didn't really want to cover. I just think this is so pretty just like that by itself. But when you add all the extra layers, I think it looks really yummy. It is an exposed binding. I'm loving to bind my journals this way now. I don't know. I find it a little bit more flexible in case I ever want to add something. All I got to do is take it apart. I don't know. I just love it. I'm loving this. I got this idea from Ruby and Pearl. I'm going to also link her underneath. She is an amazing graphic designer. She also has a beautiful store, and she sells journals also. So I'm going to link her underneath. But I learned this exposed binding technique from her, and I love it. So what I do, because it has a little hole here, what I do to kind of secure it is that the cover, I do make it a little sturdy. I usually back my covers with plain, but it's real sturdy business vanilla envelope, the ones for the office, the real thick ones. So it's very sturdy. So the ribbon, the silk sari ribbon, rests on this sturdy, not on the papers inside that are just regular copy paper. So it pulls from this. It doesn't pull the ones inside. I mean, you're welcome to take it apart and reinforce it, but the one that I'm using right now, I have like a little project journal going on for my fall garden projects, and I did it just like this, and it's dirty, and I use it outside and with my gloves and everything, and I have put that thing through the ringer, and it held up perfectly. So thank you, Miss Heather, for that. I'm loving it, and I'm just adopted that to my journals, and I love it. So that's the front, and this is what it looks like from the side. And then the back, I already showed. No, I didn't show you the back. Look how gorgeous that print. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely stunning. She's so talented. I love it. I love the little speckles. I love that. And then I sewed all the way around just for prettiness. I didn't sew in the back. No, I only sewed here and here. And then more of that ombre silk sari that I love. Okay, so that's that. So let's open this baby up and then look at all the layers. I already showed you that, and the bottom. So I went to my vault where I keep all my real gorgeous stuff, and I found this. Let me show you this real quick before I forget. I have been saving this crochet little trim. I rescued it. I think it was from a tablecloth or something. Oh my God, you guys, I love this because it's not too thick and it feels so soft and yummy. So I had to use a piece of that. I had to make sure. So I love that. So let's get started. Let's open her up. Okay, so when you open her up, this is what she looks like. Move back a little, maybe if I move back just a tad. The inside, I think, is Ruby and Pearl's printable. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll check and I'll let you know. Here, what I did was I kind of created like a little pocket, sort of. I'm out of a tag. I made these long, I'm calling them like long tags. I don't know if you can see the definition there. Like a long tag. I don't know, I'm liking this shape. I don't know who inspired me to do the longer little skinny tags. I think they're so sweet looking. I just loved it. And so I had it, and I'm like, you know what? Instead of putting a piece of lace or something here, I'm going to use this little tag, and it'll be like a little pocket. And I like how it turned out. I just used some vintage music sheet paper in the back, and this, I love these little flowers here. And then I went ahead, I sewed all the way around, and then I put a piece of twine. You cannot use it as a pocket. You cannot use it as a tag because it's glued. But I use it as a pocket. And then here I have this pretty from that I've been saving. This pretty brown lace, because it's not too dark. It's like chocolatey, but not too light. Not too light, you know. I want to make sure I use these three colors together. Light, 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 medium, and dark, dark, dark. And then this piece of sequins right here is a salvage from a costume that I found last year. And I love it. I keep cutting little bits of it. I love it. So for this cute little pocket here, you can see the sewing inside. I like that. I have added a little journaling card. Look how pretty that is. I love white pumpkins. And then this is just a little that, of course, you can, a little receipt that you can journal all around. That's what I do to mine. And in the back. So that goes in there. That's what I do to mine, like for my list. Like, for example, on my garden journal that I'm doing right now, when I make notes, I'm making notes, I use the pages themselves. But if I'm making a list, like, especially gardening, I have so many wish lists. I don't even have enough yard for everything that I wish for. I do my wish list in these little places that I have throughout, and usually they're receipts. Okay, so this goes in here, and then here we have another cutout. So pretty. Look how pretty that is. I love acorns. Look how pretty they look. Isn't that sweet? I love that. And then you can see a little tag peeking through back there. So for this little cutout, I just did a little ruffle with some of the sorry little stuff that I collect. I think this might be Boho Daydreams. And then I didn't want to leave, you can also journal very tiny around here. I didn't want to leave the back, I don't know, I'm really trying to leave, trust me guys, there's plenty of room for you to journal on. If you already know my style a little bit, you know that I like to leave, because I like to write. So I'm just thinking, if I make a journal for me, I like to make it pretty and embellish as much as I can. So I try to keep my embellishments to the front, to the back, maybe these front pages, and then a lot of on the sides. But everything else, I want to make sure I leave enough room. So I was kind of tempted to leave the back of the cutout blank, but I went ahead, I changed my mind, of course. So I created a little pocket. I backed it up with the German book page, created a little pocket. I put a little label here, and then I added, let me see if I can get it out. Well, I have to, I don't want to break it. Is it in there? Well, I got two little inserts here, so I have to gently, they probably got glued a little bit from when I did my little pocket. So I don't want to break it. But wait a minute guys, it's driving me nuts. And if it drives me nuts, I got to do it. This is just a nail filer. Let me see what happens here. I glued it. I want to make sure I don't glue it. I want to unglue it. I guess I could edit this, but why edit? It's real. You guys seeing me? That I don't have a, you know what I don't have on. I want to make sure you guys don't see my, you know what. You know what? The girls, we call them the girls. Okay, coño. Can't get it. I glued it. So see, this is why we got to be careful. We don't glue stuff. Because I don't want this to be glue. I want this to be a pocket. So I'm going to come back and glue that. So that did take a little bit. So I have this pretty, I like the blue back here. And then a pretty little tag that you can journal in the back. That I struggle a lot to get out. So I must have put it in there while the glue was still, whatchamacallit? Oh, I don't like this prop. While the glue was still wet. So I have to fix that. So here I have, I'm not editing. This is like real life. A receipt that of course you can journal on whatever you want. And then this is the back, and I love this. This is from Ruby and Pearl. She's got this, I think they're called French receipt bundle or something, and they're colored and they're so pretty, and I like that one. And of course, look, plenty of journaling room on. And then here I have a little cluster going on with this really pretty brown lace that I've been also saving. And this is a piece of ribbon. This I ruffle myself. Okay, what else? This is another cutout. And see, I left that one blank. Another receipt. This is also ruby and pearl. And here's that pretty crochet piece that I told you about. Look how pretty that looks. That's one thing I would love to learn how to do. My sister crochets and that's such a talent. And I just don't see myself doing that. I mean, like, I stress myself out thinking about it, so obviously it ain't for me. Plenty of room to journal on. And then here on this page, you can journal here. I tried to also do a lot of my embellishment little stuff. I like to make them removable so that you can use them on other journals, or you can put them around the journal as you like, wherever you like to put them in. So here, all I did to this page is that I put some of this ombre sari, but I didn't ruffle it up. I just left it like that hanging. But I did ruffle this little piece up, and I like that. And then I made a cute little cluster here, and I'll show you. It comes right off with this little paper clip. And I have these cute little beads from a charm that one of my sister gave me. It's like a little dangle. Let me see if it'll focus. Is it going to focus? Focus. See? She gave me this dangle, and I've been cutting little pieces, and it's glass, and it's the perfect color, the perfect amber, and I love it. So I put that on the little paper clip, and then here I made a chunky, big, gigantic tag. Look how pretty this printable is. And this is from Boho Daydreams, and of course you can journal in the back. And then 2 little cards in those pretty colors, and this is also from my Porch prints, but I'm not sure if these are part of the cutout kit or the page kit. I'm not sure, but like I said, she breaks up her kits in case you want to get little, you want to get them in chunks, you know. So I thought that went really well here. And then this sari I got from, I'll put it down. I love this sari. Is from I think it's Felt Better. Felt Better. I'm going to link her store underneath. Felt Better. I buy from her a lot. And this pretty sari is from her. So that goes there. And then in the back of that paper clip right here, I had this little journaling cluster. Another little pretty card with the turkeys. And 3 little total journaling cards. This is a ledger paper. Plenty of room to journal on. And then on this page, which also has a little bit of a crochet piece, this is from a salvage piece of clothing. This does not remove. I made one of my little tuck spots that you can use either this way, or you can flip them around and use them the other way, but in this case you can't flip them, but I can, you know, I make them and then I can flip them. There is a little slot right here, and then there's a little slot down here. And let me show you all that I did here so you can see it. Basically, there's like a little belly band here. I have some, oh God, guys, I found some printables that I love. Again, and I'm going to be making some of these little tuck spots. I'm calling them like the inverted tuck spots because you can use them either way. I'm going to be doing it with those printables from that store. I'm going to be doing that tutorial in a little bit. So here I have a little tiny little journaling card with this cute little ribbon that I just found at Walmart not too long ago. So that tucks under here. You can also put a little private note back here if you like. And then here I have, like on the belly band, I have a little dictionary, ledger paper, and then I have another pretty little floral down here. And then I'm just building my layers. A piece of sari here, and then this little piece up here. And then up here on the top, here you can see better the tuck spot is all that. I just lined the back with music sheet, and then did a little cluster up here. And then for the main, you can easily put something back here to journal on. I have these 3 little, and oh, this looks so good. These 3, I love this color. So I have these 3 little journaling little places for you to journal on back there. See, these are the pages. These are the pages that go with that kit. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Look how pretty these colors. Because it's fall, but it's like a shabby, soft fall. I love it. So I did a little cluster here again with a piece of that. I started with a piece of lace back here, and then I just did my layers. I love to do layers. And then that little piece of costume. So I don't know how this, I think this is my favorite layout because you got both of the colors looking at each other. I don't know, I love this layout right here. Blank page, plenty of journaling space. This is what I chose for my center page because this is the cutout in the front. This is the cutout, so I wanted to use that in my center page. So I tied my junk journal here on the inside because I thought it was too much by doing it in the front. And then here I just did a little cluster, just soft, incorporating these colors. And you can, of course, you can tuck something in here. You can add another page or an envelope or anything you like in there. Or you can very well just put this envelope on the inside, whatever you like. And then the back, plenty to journal on. And then here I did another little cluster. I used more of that chocolate brown gorgeous lace that I'm in love with. And then I did a little seam binding cluster right here. So that kind of sets the stage to either put something on here or journal or maybe pictures or whatever you like. The back of that printable, plenty of journaling space. See, lots of blank pages. That's how I like to make my journals. But you know, I want to make sure that there's plenty of room that you can make them yours, especially with these colors that are so kind of neutral. You can add your own touches. Yes, I made a journal and I'm very honored that you like my work, and I feel so blessed that you got my work, but you can also make it your own. You know, add little touches to make it your own. In the back of this receipt, I added this beautiful lace that I'm in love with. This trim up here. And then another cutout. And then in the back of the cutout, I just put this little journaling card that you can journal on. And I'm in love with this lace right here. Okay, guys. Okay, I have to go change the battery. Let me show you. I don't know if I showed you that already. But I love, look how pretty that is. That's just a little piece. I think this is from my friend Roxy in her store. I love it. She's a fiber artist. She does beautiful work. I'm going to link her store underneath. Look how pretty. And so that's the back of that cutout. And then that's what the cutout in the front looks like. Isn't that pretty? And then on this page, I chose to add also a little cluster, and I'll show you what it looks like. This is just a piece of, there's a lot going on here. And then this is also from that charm that my sister gave me that I'm like in love with, that I'm just slowly tearing it apart. I am in love with these beads. This one right here, it's glass. Even the little long one right here is glass. It's really pretty. I love it. Okay, so this little cluster, I got a few little things going on in here. Let me take it apart. Let me unassemble it so you can see it. Here, I have a couple of things going on. I have, this is what's being held with a little paper clip, and it's just a little ticket. And this is kind of like a, this was left over from my little tabs, which, a matter of fact, I'm in love with those tabs. But it's not a tab. I cut it in half and I turn it into like a tiny little tuck spot right here. And I got just a little bit of layering going on. So this is just a tiny little tuck spot here, and big gigantic postcard that's like a journaling card. So that goes like that with a ticket on top, and then the paper clip. And that goes on top of this pocket. This little pocket is some French dictionary page, and then more journaling cards for you to journal on. I love the green on this apple. So that was here. Now the back of the paper clip, I had this, which is this. I made this sweet little tag. It's so simple that it's beautiful. This little image really doesn't need anything else. But I found this little piece of sari. I just love those little colors. I think they're so sweet. So you have a little tag, and then you have another yummy little, I'm calling these yummy journaling cards. And then I had one little printable kind of leftover, so I put it in, just kind of added it for you to journal, use it as a journaling little spot. And then you have a little bit of that green peeking out over here. And then on this page I left it blank, and of course, you know, this came off with the paper clip, so you can, all this is journaling space. Here I use some of that Sorry that I love, but this one is more in the golden yellow. This is from Boho Daydreams, and then a little cluster of labels right there. What else we got? We're at the end. Here is the back of that Ruby and Pearl color French receipt. Another receipt from Ruby and Pearl. This is the last cutout, which is the first cutout in the front. And what I did on the side, I did a little cluster, my dictionary, my book page, German book page, a little cluster, and then I created this tiny little pocket here that I like, and I love this sunflower right here. So that goes in here, and then the twine kind of peeks out, and I kind of like that. And this is the front side actually of the cutout, and this is the back page. And then back here I have this pretty trim that's kind of backing, it's acting as a, I don't know, a backing for this one, I guess. I just like that. So guys, yes, this pretty lady found a very happy home, and she's getting ready to be to go once I gather all the extra little goodies I want to put in for her. So I hope you liked her. I hope you picked up some tips or little ideas that you can incorporate into your journal making. Okay guys, thank you for watching. God bless. Have a good day. Bye.